Hey there, beautiful minds. Welcome back to the channel, where we explore stories that go beyond entertainment, stories that awaken something deeper in you. If you're into powerful narratives that blend real emotion with ancient wisdom, Zen, Stoicism, and the raw truth of human connection, you're in the right place. If you enjoy what we're building here, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and tap the bell so you never miss a story that might just change the way you see yourself or the world. Now settle in, breathe, let go of distractions, because what you're about to hear isn't just about flirting or attraction or seduction. It's about presence. It's about power. It's about a man named Rogers and how he made her want him instantly, without even trying. Let's begin. There's a kind of man who doesn't chase. He doesn't perform. He doesn't try to impress, to persuade, or to lure. He simply is, so deeply grounded in himself, so unmoved by the noise of the world, that his very stillness becomes magnetic. He becomes the calm in the storm, the eye within chaos, and that kind of presence is almost unbearable to someone who's never seen it before. Rogers was that man. And on an ordinary Tuesday morning, in a quiet little cafe tucked away from the chaos of downtown, his silence called louder than any pickup line ever could. Rogers sat at his usual table, tucked into the corner where the light hit just enough to read. A worn copy of Meditations by Marcus Aurelius rested in his hands, a pot of jasmine tea steaming beside him. His posture was upright but unforced, his breathing steady. His attention didn't dart, it rested. When Maya walked in, she noticed him almost immediately, but not because he was trying to be noticed. He didn't even look up, and that shook her. Maya was used to attention, the kind that came with eyes scanning her every movement, compliments thrown like coins at a dancer, men reaching, grasping, wanting. But Rogers didn't do any of that. He didn't flinch. He didn't scan the room. He didn't react to her beauty like it was bait. He simply remained. And in that stillness, she felt seen in a way that felt almost unbearable. Zen teaches, sit, just sit. Do not seek. Do not avoid. And the Stoics? You have power over your mind, not outside events. Rogers looked up once, just once, and offered a glance. Not a smirk, not a stare, just a look so clear, so present. It felt like a tuning fork struck somewhere deep inside her. That single moment said more than any compliment ever could. Maya tried to play her game. Flashes of a smile here, a toss of her hair there, strategic laughter, adjusted posture, eye contact, retreat, all the tools she'd unconsciously refined. But Rogers didn't bite. He didn't lean in. He didn't mirror. He wasn't ignoring her. That would still imply reaction. No, he simply remained present. Finally, almost in frustration masked by curiosity, she walked over. You don't talk much, do you? She asked with a playful edge. Rogers didn't rush to fill the space with charm or wit. He looked at her, really looked, and replied calmly, most words are used to cover fear. I try not to be afraid. The words struck something primal in her, not because they were clever, but because they were true. He wasn't performing. He was simply living without armor. No flirtation, no seduction, just presence. And in that absence of effort, she felt herself being pulled in, disarmed, undone. Zen in action. Flirtation is awareness without need. Stoicism in action. Power lies in self-command, not persuasion. They talked, or rather she talked and he listened, fully, deeply. No need to impress. No interruptions. No trying to win her over. At one point, she laughed nervously and said, "You're intense." Rogers leaned in, just enough to be felt, and answered, "Intensity is just what happens when you're fully here." And then, silence. Heavy, warm, alive, not awkward, but thick with meaning. She shifted in her seat, suddenly aware of her own breathing. Her body responded before her mind could make sense of it. He hadn't touched her, not even once. Yet somehow she felt undressed. Not in a cheap, exposed way. In a spiritual way. Seen, not scanned. Held, not handled. He didn't need to take her, and that made her want to give everything. Later, in the rhythm of their quiet interaction, she asked him softly, "What are you looking for?" A question most men would twist into ambition or flirtation. But Rogers, still calm, still unshaken, said something she'd never heard before. "Nothing. That's why I find everything." That line didn't come from arrogance. It came from surrender, the Zen kind. The kind that lets go of craving and ends up attracting the very thing everyone else is dying to chase. His non-attachment made him infinitely more powerful than any man playing the usual game. Zen koan. The more you chase, the more you push away. Stoic wisdom. Desire is best ruled, not indulged, and when ruled, it rules all. It wasn't the words. It wasn't some manipulative tactic or carefully rehearsed game. It was the stillness, the sovereignty, the deep self-possession. Rogers didn't seduce her with effort. He seduced her by needing nothing, and that made her want to give him everything. In a world where everyone is screaming to be seen, the quietest man in the room was the loudest. Because real power isn't noise, it's presence. And real attraction isn't about seeking, it's about being. Don't chase validation. Sit in your own value. Flirting isn't about tactics, it's about presence. Power isn't loud. True power is still like deep water. Want less. Be more. That's how you become unforgettable. And there it is. Rogers didn't need to impress her. He didn't need to win her over. He wasn't trying to be unforgettable, and that's exactly why he was. In a world addicted to noise and validation, his silence was revolutionary. His stillness, seductive. His non-attachment, irresistible. Because in the end, presence is the most powerful form of attraction. Not the chase, not the charm, not the clever words, just presence. So if this story stirred something in you, if it made you think differently about how you show up in the world, or how you love, or how you lead, let's keep this energy alive. Drop a comment below and tell us, what was your favorite moment in the story? If this resonated, hit that like button to tell the algorithm this kind of storytelling matters. And if you haven't yet, subscribe because we're just getting started. More stories, more philosophy, more presence, every week. Until next time, stay grounded, stay powerful, and remember, you don't need to chase anything. You only need to be.